Hello, beautiful people. Honest Am here, the creator of the Honestly Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I am here for another daily motivational video for you. So if you're tired of creating vision boards that never come true, this is the video for you. A little bit about me. Sorry, y'all. This here is driving me crazy. A little bit about me. I use God and cusses in the same sentence. I may mispronounce some things, but if it does not stop Charlamagne and God, it will not stop me. All right, y'all. Let's get into it. Angel number 30. God, what messages do you have for us to become the alchemists in our lives, to create heaven on earth, or to just do magic in public? What message you have for us to make it as plain as possible? 2 cards, please. Guys, make sure you check out the description box below, angel number 47, because we always have additional messages, angel numbers, as well as booking information or more information about honestlysis.com. All right. 2 cards, please. Please. Yes, acting like it ain't gonna come. 114. 2. There we go. Woo. I thought it wasn't gonna come, y'all. All right. And the 2 cards that, oh my gosh, I love this. We must be on like a transformation roll. 2 cards that came out is transformation and freedom. And the message that I'm getting right away is that God is asking you to allow yourself to go through transformation so that you can get the freedom that you ultimately deserve. I recently heard, not even recently, a while ago, I was listening to an ASIP conversation, with Issa Rae. And she had Kofi, the dude from Queen Sugar on there. And he was just talking about how, like, he was supposed to be, the whole world thinks that he's living the best part of his life, but he had like just lost his best friend had just committed suicide, and he was like kind of at like the worst thing in his life. And one thing that he said that stuck with me for a very, very long time is, I just worked my way to another form of slavery. And so that for me was like so life-changing and such an aha moment that it made me realize that when we go after our dreams, sometimes we're not mindful of how we're going after them. Like sometimes we don't really even know our why. Like sometimes we just want to be seen and we want to validate like this little child inside of us. And by doing that, we can put ourselves in a situation that can be very reminiscent of our childhood. And if our childhood was not the best, it can be kind of toxic. So I feel like what God is saying is that he wants you to get very clear about the vision that you have on your life and what does freedom really look like? Like, what do you really want to do? I want to use myself as a personal example. There was a time where, I'm a writer and I'm a project accountant by trade, an accountant by trade. My career started off in public accounting. And so I was frustrated with my job. I didn't really like public accounting. The job that I have now, it's not bad, but again, I'm not challenged. It's not necessarily what I like. Like, I really want to be a writer. I really want to be a full-time, financially stable, creative, because words matter. So like, that's my dream, angel number 330. But I realized like during that process, like when I was so frustrated with my job, I was like applying for other accounting jobs. And I had to like really get to a point to where I was like, you know what? I don't want to be an accountant. So why am I applying for that job? So that allowed me to try to find some form of contentment within my current job. But then I stopped, it worked for maybe a month, but then I started getting discontent again and I didn't like it again. And so then I started to apply for writing jobs, and I was like doing that for almost like 2.5 years. And this year I just kindly came to a point where I was like, you know what? Because every time I would like do these cover letters, they would sound so good. And I would just be so sure like, yes, this is the job for me. Angel number 411, like this is the one. This is the one that's going to work out for me. And it never worked out. And so I was just like feeling like shit so much. And I was like, you know what? I'm giving myself a year of just focusing on my craft, a year of just building up my own foundation. And I'm about like 3 months into that year. And honestly, like, y'all, I have such a sense of freedom in me. My job is bearable because it's like, I don't know. It's like I found this way to be like, when I'm doing my job, I can still, work on my other stuff. Like, it's just, I just feel like such a sense of freedom. And by me doing that, it made me realize that I don't want to work for anybody. So that's probably why God was not allowing me to get any of these jobs, because all I would have did was put myself into another form of entrapment. So I feel like, I feel like this week, this month, whenever you are looking at this video, that God wants you to, as you are going through this process of transformation, get very, very clear about what you feel your definition of freedom is. A lot of people say, oh, be your own boss, you'll be free, blah, 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 blah. But if you pick a certain field and you don't necessarily like what you're doing, like say, for example, my dad tell me all the time, you should be doing taxes. There's this girl that do. If I did that, yeah, I would be my own boss, but then I wouldn't really be free because, again, I'm not doing what I want to do. I can be the boss of myself, but I'm not doing what I actually want to do. So I feel like God wants you to get very, very clear, not only on the vision you have on your life or where you want to go and how you want to transform your life, but on what freedom means for you. But let's get some more cards out there. God, what is this message of transformation and freedom? What is this message of transformation and freedom? What is this message of transformation and freedom? How can we transform our life into a place that feels like freedom? How can we get out of mental slavery, corporate slavery? Shit, there's all slavery. All right. And I love it. The card that came out is, I am a vibrational being in a vibrational universe. You live in a pulsating, vibrating universe of advanced harmonics. Everything that exists in your air, in your dirt, in your water, and in your bodies is a vibration in motion. And all of it is managed by the powerful law of attraction. There is nothing that exists outside of this vibrational nature. And as you learn to accept your vibrational nature, you begin to consciously utilize your emotional indicators. You will gain conscious control of your personal creations of the outcomes of your experience. Amber, what does this mean? God is saying if you want to transform your life, you have to become one with your emotions. You have to become one in sync with knowing how you feel about certain things. So when you are in a situation, you feel like, this ain't right, Angel number 711, God is asking you to have that courage to pivot, to change left, to go elsewhere. You guys have been probably in this state of just like anguish and turmoil and anxiety, maybe depression. And the reason none of that is bad, it's happening because God is trying to trigger a transformation in your life. He's asking you to do something different. So I feel like God is asking you this month, this week, whenever you're looking at this video, to truly, truly, truly think about your definition of freedom and start moving in that direction. Start doing things that make you feel free. When you start doing that, God can attract and bring in more resources. But if you keep doing what you've always been doing, how things have always been in, you will never transform your life. Your life can transform, and it's not going to be by magic. It's going to be because you decided to consciously make a choice to transform your life, to, transform your life for the better. The other card that came out is, I can pivot under all conditions. And this card is for my people who have a trouble with meditating. The reason why you meditate is not because it's just like some cool thing to do. Angel number 820, excuse me. The reason why you do it is not because it's just some cool thing to do. The reason why you do it is because, think about your mind. We all are in this one big pod called the universe. And so if you never do meditation, if you constantly just allow your mind to just go, you probably have rapid thoughts, or you probably always have something on your mind. When your mind is always like that, think about a pond. There is no way you can put a request out, but there's no way for God to actually come and pick that request up. But if you allow yourself to get into this meditative state, then your pond can calm down and you can become in sync with God and the universe. Once your pond kind of gets to a steady point where you clear your mind, it's not going to be always just completely clear, but just even, then you can allow your request to be known. That's why meditation is so important, because you're trying to calm your mind and calm your emotions so that you can sync up with the universe. As this card was saying, everything is vibration and motion. And so if you just are constantly going, then you can never get, you can make as much request as you want, but God can't hear you because it's just too much noise and it's too much, too much going on. If you have a problem with meditating, if meditation or yoga is not your thing, another thing that you can do is do sleep hypnosis tracks. They have them right here on the YouTube, and you can start allowing yourself to listen to those tracks. Do them for, they have sleep hypnosis for self-love, for childhood trauma, for stop procrastination, to help manifest your life. Like, you can find those different tracks and you will find that it's the same thing as meditating, because your mind, like, though you are asleep, there's still this subconscious mind that is going. And what those hypnosis tracks does, they start to reprogram your natural responses, and you'll just start feeling better at the end of the day. That's what this is all about. God is just trying to get you to understand your he's trying to get you to understand your vibrational signature, pretty much. Because you're probably frustrated, like, I'm trying to change, I don't get it, I want this, but it's like, it's because you're going without a clear focus and a clear vision in mind. You don't have a clear definition of where you're trying to go. All right, God, what is this? Please give us one final message on transformation and freedom and being a vibrational being in a vibrational universe. God, how can we learn to pivot under any and all conditions? Make it as plain as possible. Make it as plain as possible. Those two cards want to come out, so I'll take them. The first card that came out, which I'm not going to read, but because it's very lengthy, is After the Storm. So I feel like what God is saying is, yes, your life may have been turbulent up till now. This year have been turbulent. Like, this, it's just been a lot of stuff going on. But God is asking you not to get so caught up in all of that's going on. Think about the world. Think about life as this big ass play that is going on. And you are currently in a position where you get to step up and direct and get into motion of how you want the play to go around you. And so God is saying, in order to do that, you're going to have to take that moment and take that time out, either physically meditating through the day or starting to make a practice of doing the sleep hypnosis tracks at night. When you do that, then you will start seeing that your vibrational patterns will change and you will be able to get closer to the things that you need to be. Because that's all that's really happening. The reason why, it happens faster for other people is because if you think about it, we're all on this vibrational spectrum. Let's just look at it that way. And so your dreams are right here, but you are down here. And as you start to meditate and start to get into sync, you're going to be able to kind of come up that spiral and eventually meet your dreams. The card that I'm going to focus on is Every Step Starts with a Single Journey. And that's what God is asking you to do today, is to go ahead and take that first step towards your dreams. All right, I'm going to read it all. You are on a journey. Yes, it is an internal journey, but there's also a physical expression of this journey that is going to become increasingly important to the fulfillment of your destiny in this lifetime. Your journey has started on the inside, but its destination will be a physical expression of internal healing. This journey will draw upon what you have learned and mastered over the course of your life, so much so that you may feel as though your life experiences have prepared you for this particular adventure. You have all that you need within you. This is not a time to worry about where you are going to take you. From within your heart, you will sense what needs to come along with the ride and what is best left behind you now. You may be surprised at exactly how much can be left behind without your feeling concerned or anxious. You will be able to travel far lighter than you ever imagined possible. To be best equipped for this journey, you need a lightness of heart and a realization that change can be an incredible blessing, even if you are leaving behind something that you once found secure, safe, familiar, and comforting. Just as a butterfly leaves the chalice behind, when it is time to spread its newly formed wings, so too are you ready to leave behind what once was and embrace what is more appropriate for you at this time. There's an element to the journey you are embarking upon that is unknown. Perhaps it is news to you that you are even taking a journey. However, the realization that traveling along a familiar path brings no guarantees is more likely. This open, unscripted quality to your journey will help you gain the most from your experiences. You will see this journey as a spiritual gift. It is an invitation that the great loving heart of the universe calling you into something that you may not have otherwise found. You are not supposed to know all the details nor how it will work out before you set out. You are just meant to take one step after the other, again and again, so that you can receive the gifts that are headed your way. If you are considering taking a physical trip somewhere, This oracle comes as confirmation that the journey will in some way be a life-changing one, and this is good. If the journey you are considering is more of an internal variety, such as exploring a new field of consciousness, beginning a new creative work, or traveling into the void of unknown possibilities in order to start your work, then this oracle is confirmation that it is indeed a wise choice, and much new life will come of it. This oracle brings you particular guidance that the apparently small steps you are taking in an area of your life important to you now are actually far more powerful and constructive than you realize. Sometimes you are gaining ground, but the effect is not immediately obvious. This doesn't mean that nothing is happening. It simply means that the effects of your actions are cumulative, and soon you will begin to overflow into your physical world with a positive impact that may surprise you. This oracle brings you the message to keep going. If you have been doing a lot of inner work and are frustrated or concerned that you are not seeing the results translate into the physical world, keep faith, as the physical manifestation of your inner work is coming. Angel number 1606. Remember that you have all the resources you need and then some. Your inner and outer journeys are blessed with positive energies, and all you need to do is keep going one step at a time. Angel number 1620. So guys, this message for you is to let you know that your blessing, your transformation, whatever you are wanting from the universe, if you have been working hard, it is on the way. And for the other ones of you that have not been working hard, or just feels like today was the first day that you truly feel motivated to try to make change, God is saying that it can come about, that now the storm is over. All you have to do is take one step at a time and watch that your whole life transform right before your eyes. All right, guys, until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. Namaste. Peace and blessings on this journey. See you in the next video.